First of all, I will like to congratulate Simaji and Rajpal ji. Jo, again, they succeeded on forming a committee to look into the issue of earn leave. Friends, I would like to inform you
सर आप म्यूट हो गए हैं.
Am I audible?
Yes.
मैं ये कह रहा था कि ये जो इशू है, issue of earn leave or calendar, it was raised by our group and I was the person who raised during the UCG's time. Because अगर आप याद कीजिए 2 साल से किसी को कोई लीव नहीं मिली थी because of the corona, and that is culminated into a formation of committee. So I will definitely congratulate Seema Didi and Rajpal ji. Coming to the next issue, we intellectuals are eyes and ears of society. So we see whatever is coming there. Right from the 17, 18, Aditya ji and R is saying that there is a consistent move towards the privatization and commercialization of the education system, especially the higher education system, and that is going to be evidently clear. Now you see earlier, first of all, the undergraduate framework, where there is a drastic cut in the credits. In the earlier AC meetings, 196 credit framework was passed, and very hurriedly that was reduced to 176. And I don't know, we are not sure that that would be passed in total. Secondly, then CUCA. So in every front, our return dissent is recorded. It's not so that like other group, our group, who oppose for the sake of opposition, and we oppose as well as registered our opposition in writing. We oppose furiously in the academic council meeting. So coming to the present latest AC meeting in 22nd, the moment academic council meeting starts, unfortunately, my dear friends, what happens? A very senior professor of X department stands and comments on the slavery of the Y department. And there was a slanging of some particular community, whether I will not name, from a particular reason. Then another professor stands up, she is of a different faith, and how she is blaming that the professor of other faith tries to represent herself as a more liberal in her own community. So is that the academic council? That is the question I am taking before you. Is that is the platform to discuss these things? We should not forget, I stood up and I said, in this discussion and debate, we are forgetting what the great visionary son of India, Pandit Nehru, said about university. He said a university stands for humanism, for tolerance, for reason, for the advantage of ideas, and for the search of truth. That is his words. We should not forget. Thereafter, I come to the points, because our Vice Chancellor is on mission. He wants our university to be one of the best universities in the world, and he is definitely on that move. So I said, sir, certain observations are there which we, the R as a group, is raising consistently, and without solving these problems, the aim and the goal which you set is difficult to achieve. So I'm going to spell out one by one what are those issues, what are those problems impacting the University of Delhi. One is infrastructure. That is very important. Infrastructure here means the hard infrastructure as well as the soft infrastructure. We should not forget that country like America is investing a huge amount for coming generations of infrastructure. But unfortunately, you see, the infrastructure which we have goes back to the pre-OBC and EC reservation as well as this expansion. So there is a huge gap between the existing infrastructure and required infrastructure in terms of both the hard infrastructure as well as soft infrastructure. Now you see, most of the buildings are pre-reservation period and not a single building has been set up in recent years. So there is a hue and cry. The access students are there, but space is not available. On the other hand, regarding the soft infrastructure, if moreover you see there is an acute shortage of the computers. If computers are there, internet facility is not there. If internet facility is there, speed is not there. Within this problem, we have another kind of problem which most of the groups or we used to ignore. That is the problem of physically challenged students, so-called DIVYANG students. So they are also facing the acute shortage of hard as well as soft infrastructure, whether in the space in library or other instruments or tools required by these boys. So these students are already being, or you can say nature is very hard to these students. So by not giving the proper amenities to these students, we are doing great disservice to this student community. Second issue which I raised is the problem of guest, as Seema Didi has says, guestification. Dear friends, as you know, in our University Delhi, in the departments, there is complete stoppage of the recruitment of ad hocs, which is unfortunate. Only guest teachers are taking place in the new guest teachers are taking place in the department. So I told that most of the teachers, if you see the resume of the professors and teachers in the department, they all come to the department after spending a good number of years in the colleges. But you see, guest teachers are directly coming from just completing the PGs. So what should be the solution? Problem is there. So what should be the solution? I said our esteemed professors and the senior professors who are retiring or retired can be hired. But problem with these professors is that they have to pass through an interview. I said, what will you ask the professors in the interview? They already spent at least 40 to 41 years in the department. So I requested the chairman of the academic council, the honorable vice chancellor, that senior professors and retired professors must be waived off of the interviews. That is another issue I flagged out. The third one is GEM. GEM is government e-market. Now you see how the GEM is making a big problem in the way of research and teaching. The professor, one of the very eminent research scholar, wrote me that these are the problems they are facing. The number one is small stationery items in little quantities can't be purchased from the GEM. GEM is government e-market. Secondly, she writes, cart-based system doesn't allow multiple small items to put together and order as a single order from the vendor on GEM. Another clause which is of recent origin, that bid-based system on GEM now allows only procurement from the Make in India suppliers. Now large equipments worth lakhs is not made in India, but in US and Europe. So researchers, the scientists, the professors, all are spending their valuable time on only paperwork. This is the another problem regarding the GEM. Fourthly, the issue of non-teaching. Here, friends, non-teachings are our colleagues who are working very hard to realize the objectives, the goals of the university system in the country. But a few of non-teaching people in the university setup, they come to me and said, sir, some connected people are joining a X department and retiring from X department. So I asked August House if there is any transfer policy for the non-teachings. Because if transfer policy is there, that should be fair and transparent. It is my own assumption that by working on the different chairs or by working on the different positions, the efficiency of a person increases. That is one of the issue which I raised in the academic council. Then the library. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, said, when in doubt, go to the library. So two issues related with library. One is staff crunch and space crunch. And second one is drastic cut in funding. So you see, other than central library, many of the other premier departments have their own libraries. But over the year of time, owing to non-hiring of the new staff, these libraries are in shambles. Some of them are on the worst of collapse or closure. I gave an example of the music department where many valuable items and instruments and recordings are there, and those are maintained by the teachers themselves. There is no expert or librarian to take care of those items. So tell me, professors are meant to maintain the library system. Are they meant for the working of administrative work? So, and central library. The space in central library is same as it was 40 years ago. Okay, as you know, after the implementation of the OBC reservation, EWS reservation and expansion, about 50% increase in the student intake has been taken place, but the space is more or less same. And second issue, which is very pertinent and important, is that which again supports our arguments of privatization and commercialization. There is a drastic cut in the fund for the library system. I believe library is a living organization, and there is a consistent growth in organic growth in the library system. Until and unless you fund appropriately, that system is going to be dying. So, and you see, because as a student of economics, as a teacher student, we always supplement the facts. This is what I say. So now you see, I am a member of library in South Campus. 2018-19, 65 lakhs were given. 1920, 70 lakh. 2021, again 70 lakh. And 21-22, 30 lakhs. So you see, more than half has been reduced. Thereafter, another very important point issue which is there, you know, a number of theses or dissertation goes outside of the country to the various experts in the foreign countries, and you will shocked to know that only 1,500 is paid for the evaluation of those theses. 15% is moreover about the $10. Even other day I was searching in Lahore University in Pakistan gives $500 for the evaluation of thesis, but we are paying just 1,500. So this is very concerning point, and Vice Chancellor also agreed. Later on, I was told by Dean examination that a committee is already in place to look after these issues. Then I come to the point of promotion. So many anomalies are there with the promotion to the teachers. You see, nowadays we are coming to the point that a number of teachers are facing various issues regarding the promotions. One of the issues is that under MPS merit-based system 1998 or CAS 2000, the ad hoc teachers experience and experience for postdoc was not there. But UGC regulation 2018 gives equal weightage to the ad hocs as well as the postdoc. And it states, and SOP of university release states that it is applicable to the all pending cases. So a number of our esteemed fellows who were eligible in the MPS system, they are asking to include the ad hoc experience as well as the postdoc experience. But the university is saying no. Now, as a result, these people are losing 4 to 5, even 7 years of their career. So this is what I raised in the academic council, and this is unfair and injustice to the hardworking and sincere teachers of University of Delhi. Lastly, the issue which is concerning to all of the teachers who joined this university soon after 2004. As you know, my friends, after 2004, we all are covered under new pension scheme, that is NPS. And unfortunately, the union government is making discrimination between the employees of union government and the employees of autonomous bodies. So 2009 onwards, there is a provision for central government employees parents for the accidental death and accidental complete disability. In case of complete disability, the pension for their near and dears. This is not applicable to the autonomous bodies. Again, in 2017, you see the gratuity and death gratuity for the employees of autonomous bodies, including the universities, are stopped. So we requested the Secretary Academic Council to pass a resolution through the Academic Council that there should not be discrimination against the autonomous bodies, and we all should be covered under this. We should be treated fair and equal vis-a-vis central government employees. These are the issues which I raised in Academic Council 0 hour. So dear friends, thereafter, regarding the CU seated, I argued for certain apprehensions which is coming to two, and today there is an advertisement and many of our friends shared in social media. So in total, our dissent is noted, and what are our apprehensions, which I will spell out one by one, and these issues are already been stated in the Academic Council. So friends, this CU seated is going to be number 1, gender bias, number 2, urban bias, number 3, private sector bias, number 4, elite bias, and lastly, this system is going to destroy the secondary school system in the country. So one by one, I'm going to explain how. First of all, that is gender biasness of the CUC. You see, if you take a statistical figure of all the competitive exams being undertaken in this country, be it UPSC, NEET, G, you will find that boys are always ahead of girls in all these competitive exams. And good thing in the current system is that in University of Delhi, girls are in favorable position currently. So our apprehension is that when CUSET is implemented in full speed, that there is going to be a gender bias. The sex ratio will deteriorate. That is one apprehension, because the reason being that the parents are not going to spend more amount for the girls' education and girls' coaching. That is one apprehension. And secondly, they look urban bias. As you see through the various reports of ASA, the students in the rural areas don't have the efficiency of the mathematics and reasoning. Even if you go to the rural hinterland of the country, many of the +2 students will not aware of what is the reasoning, what is the general awareness. So that is going to be imparted in the CUSET. So our concern is that this system is going to favor the students coming from the urban areas vis-a-vis rural areas. Thirdly, this system is going to favor the private sector schools, because we know the government school students mathematics and reasoning is poor. So again, this system is going to be biased in favor of private sector. Fourthly, the elite bias, those who can pay for the coaches, they are going to make it into the CUSET. And today's advertisement in the one of the premier newspaper sports our appreciation that all the premier coaching institutes has started coaching for the CUSET. And lastly, you see, it has come from our observation and through our research that the students who are preparing for NEET are rarely attending the +1, +2 schooling. So now CUSET is in place. So there is an apprehension that students will go only for the coaching issues, and they will not focus on the whatever is being taught in the classes, because that is not going to help them in the CUSET. So in this way, this CUSET is going to destroy the schooling system in total. Thank you. These are the issues I raised in academic council. Thank you, Ashok ji.
Thank you, CM Negi sahab. Aapne number of issues you have raised in the academic council, whether it is UGCF or the recent development that is very painful. I think CUCET, common Central University Common Entrance Test, is really a big challenge for throughout the country. I think for middle class and poor family. अभी तो आपने देखा भी होगा कि आज एक बड़े लीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर्स में फर्स्ट पेज पे उसका एडवर्टीजमेंट भी आने लगा है कोचिंग सेंटर्स का. तो ये बहुत ही एक खराब सिचुएशन होने वाली है, जो एकदम डिप्राइव्ड जो सेक्शंस है सोसाइटी के, उन सब के लिए. आपने जो इश्यू उठाए थे, अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ गेस्ट टीचर इंस्टेड ऑफ एडहॉक टीचर्स, लाइब्रेरी एंड लाइब्रेरी सिस्टम्स, उसके साथ जो फंड कट का आपने लाइब्रेरी का डेटा आपने दिया, बहुत ही इफेक्टिव हो रहा. और प्रमोशंस का जो एनएमओलीज हैं या और जितने सारे इश्यूज आपने उठाए हैं, वो रियली कंसर्न थे हर टीचर